What? No? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. Stella's size. I'm a YouTuber. Ooh. Ugh, you and everyone else. What kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. You should really check out our channel, Comet. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh, yeah. The Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time, but it really wound up doing numbers. So, the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the... I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right at all, the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Kenai. Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure it's a cat, and a big one at that. Big cat. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog, or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. It was a mountain lion. I could smell the stink from miles away. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. Talk to animals, it's a mountain lion. Gretchen thinks it's a mountain lion. It looks like a big cat. I believe Gretchen, you know, it kind of sounds like we're on the same wavelength. It's a mountain lion. You decide to take Gretchen's word for it. I think that's a mountain lion. You can kind of make out its little kitty cat ears. No way. It is absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found jack squat. And there's no reason one would be swimming in a river like this. They're not fans of water. And it's too short to be a mountain lion. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. What's Skunk Ape? It's like Bigfoot, but smellier. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say, want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing. Talk to animals, that depends. Are you gonna be there, Gretchen? Oh, naturally. I wouldn't want any misfortune to befall my beloved Stella. I must stay by her side through thick and thin, however odd her passions may be. Of course. It's actually been a while since I had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more. I'm in. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. I miss those two. Our videos were terrible. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though, I guess Kaneko has to close out the Grendel store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance you could get him to come out of his cave if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or...? Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. She's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for skunk ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Has Reese been injured, maybe? Dang, man. That sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have more of a low-key hang. How's that? Like maybe he's been injured, his leg's in a cast or something like that, you know, because she said we could take the easier trails. That makes it sound like, you know, he's not physically up for, like, a hike, maybe? Yeah, I'll bring her. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Fill me in. Reese, there's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him. I think we're getting a lot of insight from the talk to animals thing, actually. I love it. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past, gosh, 10 years or so. But I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious, you'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome, I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up to the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Leave a tip, leave a generous tip. You can't afford to leave a tip. Don't leave a tip. You didn't even spend any money. Let's just leave a tip, right? Reach into your pockets and pull out a single crumpled dollar bill and a quarter. Oh, no, don't do that. As long as you don't get sick of peanut butter and jelly, your meals will be free while you're here. Share the wealth while you've got it, you think to yourself. You leave the money on the table and follow Stella out of the diner. Okay. Well, we've got to sort out our finances. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel more alive than you felt in years, strangely calm, tense, unsettled, nothing. I'm gonna say strangely calm. You feel strangely calm. The setting sun paints beautiful colors in the sky, fresh air fills your lungs, and pleasant songs of crickets trail around you as the night descends. This is where you're supposed to be, with Stella by your side, a sweet smile on her face, and Gretchen plodding along in front without a care in the world. You know how before I said I didn't really trust Stella? I changed my mind. I do trust Stella, but I feel like maybe she's gonna die, right? Maybe she's gonna be, like... Because we haven't seen the scary stuff happen. It did tell me that this is a horror game at the start of the game. So maybe Stella's about to die? We'll see. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. The past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days, each summer is the hottest yet until next summer, which always finds a way to be much worse. Yep. It's just nice to feel the chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Do you ever hunt for things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing. Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it comes to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I got into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind and a creaky floorboard. Ugh. When all said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves, I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. Honestly, me too. I remember being a kid, and I don't remember, I said something about hell, right? And my aunt was like, I don't believe in hell. And I was like, mind blown. You can just not believe in it? That's awesome. Like, I'm not a very religious person. I think as a kid, my grandma was really trying to encourage me to be religious. It never really stuck, but like, what my aunt said kind of like solidified that to me. Like, the doubts that were already there. Because like, doesn't it just sound not nice? Anyway, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody if they are believers or anything like that. Just, you know, it's like she's saying, I don't want to consider the possibility that it exists, because it's a bummer if it does, right? So let's hope all of that is just bunk, am I right? What about aliens? Is there a UFO ending to this game? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they absolutely have visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. I adore my darling Stella, but she gets the strangest ideas in her head these days. Ever since her parents went away, she's been more and more foolhardy with this critter nonsense. You don't see me hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. I'm skeptical. Don't get me wrong, I have fun with the stories, but I feel like there are almost far more plausible explanations. Like, little green men, how am I supposed to believe that stuff? They're actually tall grey men these days. Maybe your knowledge is just a little outdated. Alien research has come a long way since the 50s, you know. There are some very convincing stories out there if you know where to look. I know somebody who knows somebody who had a story from this trucker in Fayetteville. His truck stopped in the middle of the road, just shut down completely, even though he had a full tank of gas. And suddenly it looked like daylight outside. He could see cows out in the fields, birds in the sky, then this metallic, like, egg thing appeared, floating in front of his truck. He passed out, and when he woke up, he was missing one of his pinkies. It was like it had never even been there, and it was just smooth skin where a pinky should be. Huh. I know it's a secondhand source, but there's plenty more like it, and if they are true... could have been the government. Could have been the government. It's not like they don't have a history of conducting weird experiments on people. Sure, the government does messed up stuff on the daily, but the way I see it, I have about as much control over what they do as I would over extraterrestrial beings. So, if I have no control over these things, I might as well choose to think it's been aliens all this time. Let a little joy into my heart, you know? She's got a very interesting philosophy, you know? It's like what she was saying about the demons, where it's like in lieu of a real proof, in lieu of a definitive answer, she's like, I'm gonna believe the thing that makes me happiest. Which is, yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting way to go about the world, you know? Besides, it's not like it matters which of us is right, or if either of us is right at all. I'll die one day, and so will you, and eventually there'll be no one left who remembers us or what we did in our lifetimes. Don't try to disarm me with your nihilism. Looks like I already did. Are you really expecting to find anything out here? That's fair. We are hunting a creature that stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mythic reputation. What are the odds of something like that popping out to star on my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chances are never zero, right? Has anything bad ever happened on these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a week or two to heal. All in all, not too bad. Right. Though I guess there was also that time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. Oh. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie she is not. I object to that accusation. I made sure to give those nasty little skunks a piece of my mind, that's what I did, and I kept Stella company, just as she would for me if I decided to hide in a hole for hours. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later and I was right as rain. So it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was that time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. But that happens to everybody sooner or later, I'd barely count on it. So, yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. I'm sorry, did you say you almost got shot? Are you sure it's safe here? You know, I'm a little surprised to see you getting cold feet. I know we just met, but I had you pegged as pretty adventurous. I really wouldn't worry about Duke, though. He might be a little jumpy, but he means well. And these trails are way off from his farm. Duke is a sweetheart, Homet. You don't need to concern yourself about him. And if it makes you feel any better, I've been out on these trails with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the woods when he walks. We'll hear him long before he sees us. And the wildlife isn't anything to be afraid of either. The worst I've seen up here is the occasional black bear. And even they scare easy. Sure, sometimes worrying can help you prepare for something, but we're as prepared as can be. I even carry bear mace. And if you're as prepared as you can be, why give in to your anxiety when you can have fun instead? There's that philosophy again. All this is to say, we're good. Don't worry. Did you hear that? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Oh, Duke, you rascal. Phew, sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. Now what the hell are you looking for way out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick, you aren't... Is that... Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Another stranger. Another opportunity for a salty introduction. Offer Duke your boiled peanuts! Yes! You hold out the sleep-brew bag in front of Duke. It's grown quite fragrant since you first put it in your rucksack, like the scent of old beer. But you're pretty sure that's what it's supposed to smell like. Boiled peanuts from your backpack? No, I'm all set, thank you. I am still more than happy to take them off your hands.